So, do you remember when the UFO landed in Roswell? And
Yes.
where you were and what you were doing?
Yes, well, everybody in town, of course, knew somebody who was engaged in looking at the thing. I mean, where they took it for, of course, the undertaker in town was there in on looking at this thing throughout.
So there really was something there.
Oh yeah,
It wasn't just a hallucination or something.
there was something there.
Uh-huh.
And of course the argument has always been, was it a piece of a weather balloon or was it a real thing? But they took it out to the base. And of course then they locked down the base and the air base. I'm talking about Walker Air Force Base. And it was discussed and discussed for a long time. And there were a lot of people who were, you know, on the edges of checking on this thing.
And worried that somebody was coming back or it would be
Yeah.
Well, we used to have a, what we call a mischief night.
Mischief night.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that was preceded
Was that a trick or treat?
Halloween.
Uh-huh.
Well, it was Halloween and then mischief night.
Oh.
So we'd go and never did anything really bad. But I remember one time that I went out and we'd throw rice in people's house and chalk the windows of the cars and things like that. Nothing, as I say, really bad. But one guy got mad and he lived about 2 or 3 houses from me, and he chased me. And he chased me and down the end of the street and across the main highway there, and down some more. And I didn't think he was ever going to quit, but finally he realized that I was younger than he was, and he quit. But that's not quite the end of the story. Because the next day he took me to Sunday school.
My goodness.
He'd take me to Sunday school every Sunday. Was Saturday, obviously Saturday night. And neither one of us said a word about it, but he must have known it was me. And I didn't say anything, and he didn't say anything.
We had a little car that, well, it was during the war, and there were so many of us that drove that my dad could never find the car keys. And so he got tired of that, and he adjusted one of them that all you had to do was flip it on and off. I mean, how advanced was that? So I was in that car and had taken Girl Scouts and had taken it and went to get ready to go home and loading the car and everything, and it wasn't there. Somebody had stolen the car.
Oh my goodness.
And they had just driven it around until it ran out of gas.
From there, it was went to the Roswell, and that was a fateful transfer.
And that's where you found this lady?
That's where I found Rita.
Okay.
Where Rita found me, I mean.
Yeah, we found each other.
So was there an event where you found each other, or did friends introduce you?
It was a friend. It was a blind date. They had Saturday night at the Officers Club. They always had a dance or something, and they the place where he lived, he and his roommate lived. The landlady lived next door, and she had a nice backyard, and she left the music for picnics and things, and so they were all going to have a picnic. And so I had just gotten home from summer school. I'd just gotten back, and They said, "We're going to a picnic." I said, okay, dressed for a picnic. Called, "No, we're going to the officers club." I said, "Oh." So finally, I went dressed for the officers club and they had a picnic.
All right, okay.
And then we went to the officers club.
We did have a rather amusing incident on a trip to South America. We were at a roadside store shop, and they had a glass penguin with very fancy, very pretty, very nice, and very, solid glass, heavy. And I looked at it and said, wow, I said, that's going to be expensive. I said to myself, I said, how much you want for that? And he said, $25. So I found a glass penguin and finally paid $20 for it and got it home. And we found out why it was selling for so cheap. It had a broken foot. And so we just kind of laughed and said, well, we called poor
Polly.
Polly the penguin.